Oh, right. Anyway, I tell you what, who else is feeling great? That's the King.
Yes.
Because he's set to return to public duties on Tuesday following the positive effect of his cancer treatment.
Yes, a palace spokesperson says King Charles is greatly encouraged to be resuming some public-facing duties and very grateful to his medical team.
He's been getting care since early February, and this will provide a much-needed boost to the monarchy.
Well, many people have sent their well wishes, including the Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, who simply said on X, brilliant news to end the week.
The Labour leader, Sir Keir Starmer, sent his well wishes as well on X, saying, delighted to see His Majesty looking so well. I wish him and the Princess of Wales all the best as they continue with their recovery with the support of their families.
Well, joining us now is former butler to King Charles, Grant Harrold. Good to see you this morning, Grant. And Rishi Sunak has got this right, hasn't he? This is just brilliant news.
Absolutely. Good morning to you both. It is fantastic news, and I think this is what people of all, the country, everybody's going to be hoping for. With anybody, obviously, who's going through this horrendous disease, these are the kind of, can I say, the glimmers of hope. When you hear something like this, the fact that he's returning back to some kind of normality is important. And I think also, I can imagine also for the mind, he's somebody that does not, as I've said in the past, he doesn't like sitting around doing nothing. So, and he hasn't been. Behind closed doors, he's carried on. But this is more of a public side of it now. We'll actually get to see him out and about. I've noted it's going to be outdoors, I believe, for a lot of this, which again is just sensible. And apparently a state visit in June, which is equally good news. And that will be interesting to see how he's progressing at that point as to how much of a state visit that is.
Tell us about him as a man. As you said, he doesn't like to sit about and do nothing, but we do know that these public engagements can be quite tiring, and he is obviously the age that he is. Would he really be that desperate to get back to it?
I think he is, Stephen. The thing is, I was lucky enough on some occasions to be with him, and yes, they're tiring. There's a lot of handshaking and a lot of smiling. And can you imagine if you're not feeling 100%? You know what it's like, let alone any, if you're not feeling 100%, you've suddenly got to kind of go into a room smiling. And they do it all the time. And I think what's really important with this is that this is what he's like. This shows you his character. I've always said that he would not like the fact that, it's one thing getting this disease, it's another obviously having to then stop and focus on the treatment. And that is what he's doing. But at the same time, he is not somebody that likes to stop doing stuff. He's a goer. He's always busy. I remember when I worked for him, I may have said this in the past, he would be up before I even was there in the workplace. And when I went to bed, he was still working. This is somebody that works as many hours as possible in a day.
And what do you think about Queen Camilla as well? Because we've seen so much of her, haven't we, in recent months? She really has had to just keep calm and carry on whilst the King has been unwell. It's been a challenging time for them as a couple.
It really has. It's almost unprecedented that, so soon after a coronation, within a few months later, obviously the cancer diagnosis, or a double blow, obviously, with the Princess of Wales, and Queen Camilla has suddenly had to kind of step up to that role of for both of them at the moment. With Prince William, I should say, recently, obviously him returning back to duties as well. But again, she would never have expected this. As the wife of the King, she would be there to support him by his side, carrying out her own duties. But here suddenly she's having to undertake the duties for both of them. And I'm sure, as you both know, as well as being the wife of the King, Queen Consort, she's also a mother. She's got her own children, her own grandchildren. She's got her own life as well, and they're young grandkids. So she's trying to still focus on her own family as well as taking on this added responsibility. Which, again, knowing what she's like, she wouldn't even have thought twice about this. It would just be an automatic thing. She's going to do whatever she can to support her husband, support her daughter-in-law, and just get on with it. And this is what's amazing, because she obviously wasn't born into this. You expect this from family members that are born into it, like the late Queen, who just got on with it. She's actually had to kind of step up. And I think she has shown that she really is an amazing wife of the King, Queen Camilla.
OK, Grant, really good to see you this morning. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
I was so pleased by that news last night.
It's lovely.
When we heard we were going to hear something about the King, I was like, oh no. You just fear the worst, don't you?
I was positive.
Yeah, I feel like you are. I was worried. I was a bit anxious.
Thought they wouldn't say anything unless it was good news, I think. But it's really good news. It's great to see him getting back into action and determined to do these royal visits and all the rest of it. I just think, and as Grant says, it shows the character of the man.
Yeah, it does. I mean, he is buoyed by these visits, isn't he, and by these walkabouts. That was clear at Easter.
Yeah, yeah. He's someone else we keep saying we want to meet the royals. I've never met Charles, the King. I'd love to. because he just seems like someone I'd
get along with.
Get along with.
Yeah.
Is it funny? I don't know, maybe
You both like the outdoors.
Maybe he wouldn't like me at all. You never know.
Oh, he would like
but
you.
But he's.
You couldn't.
When I met Camilla, she was so lovely.
Was she?
I mean, really, really lovely. I mean, I was out. It was a charity diabetic thing, but she was really, really, across the game and knew what it was all about and very involved, and it was really impressive.
They seem also really in love as a couple.
I
think you see this picture all over the papers today, but they do just seem very, very happy together. They've been together 17, 18 years now, married 17, 18 years now. You think it's something that's happened very recently, but it hasn't really. They've been together a very long time. And the only time that I've seen them or been in very close proximity to them was when Southend became a city.
Oh, right.
And the two of them came down to do the royal decree or whatever it is to seal the deal. And they just were very giggly and very sweet together.
Well, you can't argue with that.
Yeah, it was lovely. Lovely to see them like that. So best of luck to him. Best wishes from all of us at GB News.